It is Charles' birthday today or yesterday. Whenever this video uploads, I don't know. Yeah, we all should just get on our cake and party hats and red balloons and invitations out. So this is my Pretty Little Liars recap for season 6, episode 7. Oh brother, where art thou? It was a really good episode. I enjoyed it way better than last week's episode. Last week was like horrible. I don't even know what that was. But this was really good. It kept me on the edge of my seat. The ending, oh my gosh, my heart was pounding, and then I kind of felt bad. I wanted to kind of cry at the same time. Yeah, it was just really good, and I kind of feel how we're gonna feel sorry for Charles, like Marlene said. I think I've said in the past that I don't think I'll ever feel sorry for Charles, or maybe I might end up feeling sorry for him at the end. And yeah, I'm starting to feel a little sorry for him. You know, he was abandoned, maybe was wrongly accused of something he didn't do, because he doesn't look evil or anything, you know, in these home movies and like pictures you can't really tell, but in the home movies that we see of him, he looks pretty innocent. I don't know, maybe he was wrongly accused of something and maybe that's why he was sent to Radley. Whatever it is, I'm gonna just get onto the recap. The main whole thing was Charles' birthday. Jason gets an invitation. There's a red balloon on his porch. And it's really weird to me how there were like police, like Lorenzo there, and there were like some other police cars. I find it really weird. How did A put it there? How did the police not suspect that? Were they not around when A put that there? I don't know. But Jason sees the red balloon, he goes there, and there's this weird blue frog thing, and there's a invitation to his party, and it says for him to go alone. Beginning of the episode, Mr. D takes Allie out of town because of that invitation. While he's driving her to a hotel, Allie finds the invitation in his car, and she reads the invitation and asks him, is Charles alive? And he just kind of looks at her, and yeah, so he wants her safe out of Rosewood, so she's kind of locked up in this hotel or condo place, and he took away her phone and anything else that she could possibly use to get out of the hotel or get in contact with anyone else. Spencer eventually gets in touch with her. She uses her dad's phone to get in contact, and Allie sneaks out. She drugs her own dad. She puts some kind of like sleeping medicine in his coffee, and that's how she escapes. And she couldn't find the keys, so she calls Mona. Like, out of all people, I mean, she says that she couldn't get in touch with anyone else, but still, Mona. Like, I was pretty shocked. Like, I mean, I thought Mona was scared of Allison, or maybe is she over that or not? But anyway, in the car together driving, they're in the car, Allison calls the cops. Can we get like an amen up in here? Because only now they call 911. Like, seriously, like, that's just a round of applause for Allison. You go, Allison. Early on in the episode, Aria wants to call 911, like she dials the number, but then she gets interrupted by Emily, so she doesn't call the number. Toby comes back, Spencer, they kiss. Spencer tells Toby all about what happened with Charles, how they found out Charlie is Jason's brother, Charles is A, this and that. Toby wants to take matters into his own hands. He doesn't want the girls to come, and he just wants to go meet Jason at this birthday party. The girls, they take out their own tracking devices in their necks. Yeah, I was kind of scared for them. Their necks were kind of bleeding. How they even managed to take that out? That must have been really painful. Then they leave their tracking devices all at Spencer's house to trick A to thinking they're all at Spencer's house, when in reality they're gonna go to the birthday party at the arcade. Toby, after he hears the news about Charles, he looks down, and in Spencer's bag he sees these candies. And now these candies are from that lady that works at the brew that gives Spencer the pot brownies, but he doesn't know that they're drugs. She didn't tell him that she was on pot brownies and all of that. She just told him about Charles. So he just, eats them as if they're regular candy. He's like eating the whole bag. And then while he's with Lorenzo at the arcade trying to catch Charles, he is just out of it. His vision is like super blurry, and he was all over the place. Like, he couldn't focus at all. Like, there was this weird ball shooting machine that knocked him out. That's how bad he was. But before that, when Jason is alone at the arcade, he's calling for Charlie. And we see someone in a black hoodie, kind of approaching. And that's when the police, Toby, Lorenzo, the girls crash the party. And Charles escapes, and we never find out who this person is. Now, a lot of people are saying that it's Ren or it's some guy. But to me, like, we didn't see a face or anything or hair or anything like that, but it looked really small to be a guy. Like, the shoulders, it looked really slim. And they're saying, oh, but there's no boobs, so it can't be a girl. But I mean, they're wearing like kind of like a baggy type of hoodie, and when you wear hoodie, your boobs don't really show, you know what I'm saying? Or they could be just flat chested, they could just tape it down, or you know what I mean? Like, you never know. So I don't know, I still think that it's a girl pretending to be Charles. Yeah, so to me, that person in the black hoodie, it looked too small to be a guy. Unless it is a small guy, I don't know. Toby then finds out that those were drugged candies, and Spencer's like, I should have told you what was going on. Just felt bad for Toby and Spencer. Other things that happened in the episode that weren't really important. Sarah's friend Claire from season 4, I think it was. I don't really remember. But she's back, and the one that met Hannah and Emily at the brew before. She meets up with Emily and Sarah, and it was just really awkward at first. Like, the Sarah and Emily scenes are really awkward, and then they end up kissing. And then there's this one scene where Claire wants Sarah to stay over her house, and then Emily, what, I don't know what is going on with Emily. Is she just blinded by love or something? I don't know, but Emily's my favorite character, but this is the first time, or no, this is the first time. This is one of the few least times that I got so mad at her, and I was like, what are you doing? Let Sarah go to Claire's house. Sarah is not a lost puppy. She doesn't have to be guarded by you at all times. Like, let her go. She doesn't need to be with you at all times. I'm sorry, I got too passionate about that. Just couldn't stand that. But yeah, Sarah then ends up telling Emily that she has to kind of decide on her own, and so she goes to Claire's house. Anna gets a scholarship for $30,000 from some company. I don't really remember what it was. Her mom, Ashley, is all like happy, like, oh my gosh, I finally pulled through, and this and that. A nice scene, but then we find out that that scholarship is from Radley. Hannah is, suspicious of it because it's from Radley. Like, why would they be donating that, from Radley? I mean, who wouldn't really be suspicious? I would be too. But she doesn't really get a chance to tell her mom. The mom's like too happy because she already just deposited the check. And so it kind of just left off from there. Aria gets into art school. She gets the letter at the end. Towards the end, Allie and Jason are back at home, and they randomly hear a kid's recording of saying, Jason, wanna play. Locate where it's coming from. It's coming from their basement, I believe. And they find a projector playing, and it's a video of Jason, Charles, and Allison when they were kids, and it was Charles' birthday party. And they were celebrating it. There were a bunch of red balloons. So red balloons, I guess why we saw the red balloons earlier. Okay, but the ages don't really add up because Allison doesn't look that younger than Jason and Charles in that video. Like, isn't she like 6 or 7 years younger than them? Like, she looked like about maybe 3 years younger than them in that video. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just something that we're not supposed to really pay attention to. I don't know, but it's not really adding up. Mrs. D is the one filming it, and she is calling Charles Freddy. And when I heard that, I was like, wait, what did she say? I like, did I hear wrong? And then I saw other people saying like, oh my gosh, why is she calling him Freddy? Like, is this a new person? This and that. But then I was thinking, and then some other people were saying that probably it's because, you know, since she was trying to brainwash Jason into thinking he wasn't real, she would call him Freddy, not by his real name, you know, like a cover-up. And also that he was their second cousin. Reality, he's probably Charles. And then Allison finds a note by the projector, and it says, I wanted to trust you. And that's for Jason, because to meet Jason alone at the birthday party, but instead the cops and the girls crashed it. You know, I felt kind of bad though, because he looks like an innocent kid in the video, and for some reason I was just tearing up. Anybody else? The A ending scene was A receiving a big wrapped up birthday present. There was a card attached to it, and the card said, from your friend, your Ally. A-L-L-Y, like the name. And they rip open the package, and it's a big blown up picture of Charles blowing out his birthday candles as a kid from the video with Allison and Jason. At first I was like, what is going on? Like, better not be doing Charles has an A going after him, you know? Or is this like an alliance thing going on? Because like your ally, like your like alliance thing, you know? This episode was really good. I mean, we didn't really find out anything new or anything. Kind of like the end got interesting, but we didn't find out anything like super mind-blowing or new, but it did keep me on my feet towards the end. And, you know, there was action, there was drama, there was making out. Oh! Why did I not put it in my notes? That was a big thing. Mona and Mike. We finally got a reunion of them. How great is that? Mike goes to Aria and he was like, I haven't seen Mona since you guys returned, and he thought it was because Aria was trying to split them apart, but it's not. It was Mona that didn't want to be in contact with him because of all what she put him through, you know, lying for her and covering up for her, and she felt bad. And then so he finally goes to her house and they finally kiss. Like, oh my god, Mona and Mike, finally. We finally got a reunion. Tell me your thoughts or theories, what you guys think of this episode. I loved it. I loved the Mona and Mike reunion. Closer and closer to 610, and supposedly the reveal of it. I'm saying supposedly because how many times they lied to us, you know? So I'm still saying supposedly. But yeah, the promos look really good for next week's episode. So I'm gonna go. Bye guys, peace out.